Hello everybody! Today we're going to learn how to make crates from Crash Bandicoot. What we're going to cover in this is how to jump on the crates, how to hit the crates from the bottom, and how to break them through any type of damage, i.e. sliding, spinning, yada yada, everything like that. We're going to cover that today. So, first we're going to want to make a little folder. I'm gonna name it tutorial BP. I will have models in this video, but I'm not going to provide them with my own upload. I'll send you to a link where I originally got them from, as they don't belong to me. They're actually rips from the original game, so that would be illegal for me to provide, but actually I don't know anything of the copyright stuff behind that, but I'm just gonna play it safe. So I actually have a folder. Let's just grab the standard. Alright. It imported very tiny, but we can fix that. I did not. I was going to originally go into Blender and mess with the scale of it, but I didn't feel like doing that, so we're just gonna do it from in here. Alright, let's see how that looks in game. That is way too big now. And it needs rotated too. Alright, so what we're gonna do is gonna rotate like that, and then we're gonna instead do about 10. That's like perfect size now. Alright, let's make it a little bit bigger to fit this character model. Do about 20 maybe. That's good. Maybe. Okay, it's way too big, so I'm gonna stick at 13. Yeah, that's good. That's actually perfect. I don't really care about messing with the materials right now, so now we're gonna mess with that at all. And the tutorial BP, we're going to make a crate. Inside here, we're going to add a static mesh. Make it a crate. And just gonna grab the standard. Probably rename that so it's not confusing, but really give a crap right now. And place that in level and see if all the collisions are working with it. Yep. Alright, everything's working with that. Now we can actually go into here and we can create a we can create a few variables. We can do B from above, B from below. We don't need another variable. Okay, so we can actually do any damage, just because we don't want, we don't want to do a bunch of complicated crap. If we just do any damage, it'll just work. Okay, we're gonna make a event called break crate, and inside of here we're actually gonna do a branch. Inside that branch, we're gonna first check if it's from above. If it isn't from above, we're gonna do another branch and check if it's from check if it's from below. Now that's checking. If that turns out to be false, we just destroy actor, if I can spell. Okay, we just do that. If it's from a, quickly do break crate. Alright, if it's from above, meaning he's on top of the crate, we're going to launch the, we're going to quickly get a reference to player character. Now we're going to launch the character. We're going to launch him on the Z-axis by the, you can pick whatever you want, whichever works for you. Click Z override, because that completely, I don't know how that works actually. I'm not going to try to explain that pretending like I know. And now in this one you're going to want to actually do negative, and then we're going to destroy the actor. Actually, you know what? Let's make this less. Just whoop. Perfect. There. Alright, now that we have that like that, we can actually go into the player controller. I'm actually going to do a couple little edits that are... get that out of here. We're going to make a couple edits to the character movement that's going to allow for just better control. Air control, we're going to set that to a full 1. We'll set this to about a 15. I don't know how that actually works. I've just experimented with numbers and... Okay. Okay, now that we've got that going, we're actually going to... First we're going to do a... We're going to do 2 custom events. We're going to do head trace. And this will check if the player's in the air. Alright, we're going to check if he is falling, and if he is falling, we send out a trace. I've been using box traces for this. And actually what I want to do, so I don't have to do any calculations or anything like that, I want to just add a quick little sphere collision in here and call it the head. Now we're going to style it, and perfect. I'm actually gonna start the trace from here and actually end it about maybe, I don't know, 20 up. Get world location. We're gonna add to this. And let's do 20. Let's say house size of about 15. 15 orientation doesn't have to be messed with. Okay. I'm gonna set this on a function by timer, just because I don't want it running on the main tick event. You don't have to use set timer by function name. It's just something I prefer to use whenever I have stuff that needs to just constantly go on, but it's not something that's like, you know, it's not something that needs to be on the main event tick. Alright, quickly check and see. Alright, cool. He traces properly. Now what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to want to set a new trace channel in project settings. If you don't have it set up like this, most of you probably don't. It's under here at that. So what we're going to do is in collision, we're going to add a new object channel. We're going to call it the crate channel. Default response, set it to ignore. And we're going to go inside of, I want to quickly actually put a crate up there for the testing. Inside of here, we're gonna, inside of the blueprint crate, we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna want to go to custom collision, and here in the object response, oh wait, oops, trace channels is what I meant to go to, so you can actually trace to it. Crate, ignore, accept. We can actually get rid of the object channel. It's not really something we need. Crate, default response, accept. Alright, cool. Now that that's done like that, we can go back into here. We can actually go here, we can do block. And inside of here, I'm gonna go down to here, trace channel. This actually needs to be exited out of so it can refresh its list. Alright, cool. Crate. Now it should work properly. He should. Alright. Okay, so it gets it. So now that we got that working, we can actually do a little break on here, and we're only want to get the actor, and we're just gonna want to do a quick little applied damage. Now that we've applied damage, we can just put one in there. We're gonna have to choose a damage class so it actually works. And we're also going to want to cast to BP crate. So I don't get any errors, just in case. In Crash, you can only crates are hit with that, so any crate you put in here, you can actually set up a couple other variables and have it like dynamically switch in the construction kit, whether it's a construction script, if I can speak. You can change whether it's an iron crate or an iron trigger crate, yada yada. Iron crate, actually, that you can just toss that in a different thing, because that doesn't, there's no reason to have that in any different class or anything like that. Or there's you can just keep that in a different class, what I'm trying to say. So now that that's like that, actually, oops, we're going to want to go into here and set this to from above before we apply damage. Alright. Now that we got that going, it should... Wait. Oops. What did I call it? From below. Okay, this is what we want, not from above. From above is what launches him up. Okay, now that we got that, we're gonna actually whoop, we break it from the top. Now, this we can comment. If you don't know the shortcut for commenting, it's just hovering over all that and pressing C. This would be trace from head, and we're practically gonna want to do the entire same of this. We're gonna want to oops. We'll just call this trace from bottom. So this one, wait, foot trace. That's foot trace. Make it fit with the other one. Okay, instead of from the head, we're actually going to create another sphere collision, because I don't want to do any math still. This is the foot area. Probably better to name it feet. Styled up. And there we go. So instead of head, we'll get from feet. Instead of plus 20. Plus negative 20 because I'm too lazy to go and grab out the actual subtraction. And that should work. Actually, we're going to do persistent on this one so we can quickly check set from above. Alright, now that we got that, we're going to want to quickly comment it. Trace from feet. Now that traces, we're going to actually want to do on land. Then that's when we're going to want to call foot trace. We could use this, it's just I like having the control with this, so it's a little better for me. Okay. Alright, it works. Yeah. It works. Now, if you want to have like different types of crates, what we can do is quickly name this. If we want to actually have different types of crates, we can actually go into the BB crate. We can do a couple of variables. We can do B trigger type and B multi. So, and break crate, I probably rename that to better fit, but for now we're just gonna do a little branch out. We're gonna first check if it's a multi. If it is, actually, you know, if it is a multi, no. Alright, okay, so if it isn't a multi, we can do this. So we can actually I wonder if we can collapse to macro. Okay. Right, wait, no. This would P. Neither. Alright. Alright, that's above, then this one would be from bottom. So, oh wait, I can actually rename this. Track direction from crate, I guess. Not really what it should be. And we just destroy actor with that one. Do a quick little count. Actually take that, do +1. This would be the multi-crate, which actually neither would actually straight up, it would just destroy the crate. Oops. Destroy actor, it would just destroy it, but above would set. And so, alright, if this is false on there, we're going to pull out another branch. We're going to do another false. If it's not a trigger, we're actually going to want to make both of these visible. That way we can do if it's a trigger or multi. Alright, so trigger doesn't really need to do anything just yet. That can be in the next video that we mess with that, because that's using lists and stuff like that. I'm actually probably going to record that directly after this one because I got nothing going on later. Inside of here, we're going to want to actually check if the crate should be broken from the end count. So check if needs broken. That's a terrible name. Let's say count check. Let's do a little branch out. And an end count, we want to check if it's greater than or equal to, oops, greater than or equal to, I think in Crash it's 5, so, and then we're going to do destroy actor. So, there's no way to tell which is which, but that is the multi. So this should take multiple times before it breaks. Right. I never hooked this up to a tick event. I don't know if we want that in the tick event. It's not like it's gonna take up much, but I'm still gonna just toss it and do. Actually, I'm just gonna put it into the event tick. All right. Count check. All right. So now. So this is why I do when on landed, actually, because in Crash you can, it's not like you're just constantly breaking them as you walk over them or anything. You can actually use them as platforms, so this is one of the ways you can do it, by checking when the character lands. Just a little thingy. Alright. Alright, it works. Now what we can do is actually, oh, if you want to, like change what the crate looks like here, we can actually set up a couple materials. Quickly create a materials folder, toss these all in here. So what I do is I actually take what you should do is you should where's the, okay, this is the centerpiece. So what you should do is change this to a perimeter and call it texture. Since it's bothering me, I'm going to set the specularity to 0 on this. Alright, so what you can actually do now, just for a little bit of optimization, you can actually take these, get rid of them. We can rename this to rate base, and since actually I'm gonna start putting mat in front, mat crate standard. Alright, inside of here we can do, actually I have a custom texture that I'm just going to toss in here because it looks better. Drag that into here, so now you got that. And we're gonna need to make, actually wait, never mind, we don't need that there, we actually need this one. So we can place it into here. Actually, just toss those in there. There we go. Now that we got that set up, we can actually go in here and we can do a dynamic material instance, and we're going to want to do it on 2, I think. Yeah, element 2. And source material, we want to do that. Forgot what I called it. Okay, so now what we can do is we can actually pretty much every time set this as a local variable inside of here. Call this the material for crate. Alright, since that's being set, I don't know if this is the most efficient way to do it, but it allows you to change it real time, so okay, so now what we can do is we can do a couple branch checks. If this is a multi, or if this is not a multi, we can actually take the material crate, we can set texture parameter, which, if you remember, we called it texture, and we're going to want to set this to, I have no clue what the names are because they're just the default rib names. We're actually going to want to change it to this texture, and if not, we're actually going to want to set it to this texture. We're going to want to plug that into there. If it is a multi, yes. If it is not a multi, check. Oh, actually, just. Oh, yeah, there you go. It works. Hey, that works. Oh, and I actually want to do another little branch. Cat a brain fart. We're actually gonna want to instance every one of these. For the sake of simplicity, and if anyone following is, if anyone following is more, they don't know much about Unreal Engine, they haven't really done much. I'm going to show a simple way to set up the trigger boxes, because there are, I think, 2 different types. One that's just the normal metal one that triggers the outline crates, and one that triggers all the nitro to blow up. So let's see. Okay, so this only has 3 elements in it. Ideally, you'd want just 2, but apparently this has 3. Mat crate. Oops. Mat crate index. Oh. Oh, I meant to do local on that. Nope. I'm dumb. I did that 2 times in a row. Well, to local variable. Okay, so actually we can rename these mat crate index 2. You probably get away with doing a list that these get put in or something. I'm not really sure if you could do that. I don't really know. I don't do a lot of out of the box thinking with this stuff because why would I? Okay, this would be crate standard. Mat crate standard. There. Alright. Mat crate. Oops. Index 1. Get all set out of order, but I don't really care. Alright, so I'm gonna actually have to set all of these now. Oops, almost plugged that in there. Alright, so that should work. Let's see. We obviously do not want any of those to be the same. Well, we do want them to actually be all the same of TO23_1. Really should rename those, but okay, we want that in there, that in there, that in there, and that in there. Okay, that works perfectly. This is very long, but it's pretty much about the easiest way to do this. We can do another branch. If it's false, we go, you know what, I'm just gonna do a not check. So it checks if it's not, so I can just keep true in there, keep it on top. Okay, we're gonna want now is we're gonna ideally you'd want to actually like set up a probably specular value for this and a metallic value so you can have the PBR shading, but we're not going to do that, or I'm not going to. If you want to set it up, it's just about as easy as this, but instead of texture parameter value, it'd be a scalar parameter value, or texture if you're using a texture for the specularity. Alright. It's in there. We can actually go import the metal ones. Remember, I'll provide a link for this stuff. It's on models resource if you just want to find it yourself too. Alright, so now we can do that, that, and that. I'm gonna quickly want to actually, if it's not a trigger, or if it is a trigger, we're actually going to want to set multi. Actually, I don't think we got to screw with that. Actually, we do. I'm gonna quickly try and see if this will work. Oops, I do not know how to spell apparently. No, so I'm not sure if that'll work properly. Okay, so it actually does work properly. So right now, this should do nothing. Just now realizing that that this is supposed to have a different texture, but that really doesn't matter because I'm not doing the trigger tutorial this video. So that's pretty much how you set up the crates. Next video I will actually do how to make the trigger work, and possibly how to do TNT. So, see you guys in the next video, and that's it.